Hello everyone, welcome back to the Magnolia Seed. My name is Fatima. Thank you for joining me again. And what I have here today is a design team project. I accidentally, you could say, signed up for 2 design teams this month. This design team project is for Ellie Wilder at Elsie Bell's Bookshelf on Etsy. And I had contacted Ellie just to say thank you because Ellie was one of the very first people here on YouTube to support me. And when you're just starting out, every single comment, every subscriber, everything, it's such a big encouragement. So I wanted to show my gratitude to Ellie for her support, and she was so sweet. She wrote back and she asked me if I would be part of her design team, and I said sure. And so here we are. Ellie, thank you so much for inviting me to be part of your design team. It was very gracious of you. Ellie's kits are called, she put out a bunch of fall-themed kits recently. Her kits are called a-Bunk-a-Junk kits, if I got the name right. And the particular one that Ellie sent me, because she does have a variety, is called the Linen and Leaves Half Kit. Now, the half kits that Ellie put together are great because they kind of have what you could call the skeleton of a journal. They have inside pages, everything that you would need to make a good number of pages inside your journal. She also had a piece of upholstery fabric for the cover. You can see it peeking here through the lace, maybe a little bit better on the back. They were very it was a rich brown upholstery fabric. And there were also, beyond, I guess you could call that the skeleton, there were embellishment cards and tags that were printed out and that, you could include in your journal. So it was a really awesome kit, and this half kit is especially awesome if you want to add on things of your own. And you kind of want the first part to be a breeze, where you have everything you need to make a journal, and you have a go at it, and you play, and you can you can go crazy like I did, or you could keep it simple. But the journal came out pretty awesome. As you can see here, there's a lot of lusciousness on the side tabs and beads, and here's a boho bead that I picked out in fall colors. So I will show you the journal right now. Like I said, here in the back is an upholstery fabric, and on top I added some lace, and I had seen Sheena at Luna Rozu do a very similar technique where she took a fabric that was already very beautiful, and she just covered it in either a sheer lace or some sort of a sheer fabric, and it just came out gorgeous. So I've been wanting to try that technique. I will link Sheena's video below if you want to see where I got my inspiration from. So that's the cover, and then I have lace, and I added some beading at the top. There are these leaves. These come from floral arrangements. I know that you can get the ones that are craft leaves in like bags, but I prefer the ones in floral arrangements. They actually look a little bit more realistic. I added gold paint and beads to jazz them up even more. And then down here I have the words Love Autumn, because I imagine this journal as a letter from autumn. And if autumn wrote a letter, what would it say? I think it would be full of poetry and passion and an encouragement to live life to the fullest. Autumn is one of my favorite times of the year. I love summer too, but I think I love every season except maybe winter. So here's the journal. On the inside, this is some paper napkin and some gold paint. And I did some stitching that you can see better on the inside than on the outside, so that turned out super cool. Here at the front of every signature, there are 3 signatures, and I think a total of 120 pages in the journal. So at the front of every signature, there's some sort of a pocket and some sort of a tag. So here's this one. Another one of these leaves. On this side, there's a pocket with this journaling card that says Trees and Leaves, and I used a lot of tea-stained cheesecloth in this journal, so this came out very beautifully. Here, it was my first time working with fabric ruffles, and it was an adventure, but it turned out all right. I also have a second pocket here inside this Indian fabric where there's a mini tag. I just have it sticking out so you can see that there's a pocket there. I hand sewed on this piece because of all the heavy beading. So I did some hand stamping here, and this is one of the pages that Ellie included in the kit. It was a print off, and she did such a good job designing these and including beautiful pieces. Here is one of the beads in the kit, or on the journal side. Some journaling cards here. These both were included in the kit. All you had to do was cut them out. Full of Wonder. Ellie included a lot of these awesome inspiring words as well. And this particular one on the front used to say, "I love autumn," but I wanted it to say something just a little bit differently, so. Here are more pages. I turned these into small tucks where I have this tag cluster. This one says "Collect Memories." And here is an embellishment card. So they're really great spots to include maybe gratitude journaling or to collect memories, as that prompt said. And here, I love doing this. Because I imagined this journal as a letter from autumn, I wanted to include a bunch of envelopes. On the inside is just some blank paper, there's a ruffle, but I just wanted it to be a space where maybe you could write letters to yourself, or you could write letters back to autumn, or obviously just use it as extra journaling space. But they came out beautifully. There's a stamp, and this was, I think, some sort of a coloring book. So I have it clipped in this way, so the ruffle sticks out the side. Here's some wood grain, oh, you know what it's called. Scrapbook paper. It's a wood grain scrapbook paper. The other side is this beautiful flourish. There's tea stain paper in here. Here's another, these are beads on a paper clip. There's this vintage, you can tell it's vintage music sheet that Ellie had included. And it was so delicate and so fragile. I included some medical tape, I don't know if you can see that line there, to just strengthen it so that when I bent it, it didn't just crumble and come apart. But it looks absolutely gorgeous. Here is a lace tuck using the same lace that was on the cover. Here's a journaling tag. This is the actual upholstery fabric that Ellie had included. You can see it better here. So Ellie did such a good job with these kits. Like I said, I will absolutely have them linked down below. Please go check them out. Here is a wallpaper envelope. I have 3 of these. It's this gorgeous kind of like greeny, gray, very neutral colors, but also a bit of shine to them, so they're gorgeous. And there is, again, blank paper on the inside for you to write on. And that's just paper clipped in here. This is some of the paper that Ellie had included, and this is some of the paper that Ellie had included. And her pages are printed on inkjet, so they're not exactly water friendly, but you can play a bit with the water and get these really cool patterns on this side, and then it seeps through to this side, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Here's another tag, or tuck spot rather, with some Indian fabric and also some scrapbook paper. Here is a camera charm, which I thought, you know, if it's all about capturing the moments, then that was a perfect charm to represent that. Color outside the lines. Yes, sometimes we need to. More of this gorgeous paper that Ellie designed. I think Ellie designed this for her own kit, so that's pretty cool. Here's another one of these envelopes. These are stamps from all over the world, and I just wanted them to sort of represent nature. Here's a really cool spot for journaling. This is a piece of cardstock paper. Here is the second signature in another one of these pocket places. This one pulls out from the side. Another one of these leaves. This is a piece of Kantha quilt. If I'm pronouncing that right, it's an Indian type of quilt where cotton types of fabric are layered together and then hand stitched. I will link where you can get some of those below. Selena at Amore Fabriques does a really great job of providing sort of variety packs of different things and making them accessible. So I just pulled the layers apart for this journal so that I could have more pieces to work with. Here's another one of the envelopes. I think this is a really cool Russian postage stamp, if I'm not mistaken. A ruffle opens up. There's some really cool light yellow onion skin on the inside. Maybe I'm holding things too close to the camera, guys. I'm sorry if you can't see. I'm looking at the journal and not at the camera, so I apologize if anything is out of frame. Here we go. We have some more tags, and this is a paint chip that I covered the back of so that you could journal on it. And the words, pieces of our lives, more tabs. It's an awesome piece of a flower. It's a book on flowers, I think. This also came in Ellie's kit. So there's a really good variety in what she provided as well. Here's a flip. Tea stain paper. I did some stamping. I don't know if I mentioned that before. When I record my videos, I often end up recording them several times. The first ones are like sort of trial runs, and I end up forgetting what I said and what I didn't say. So I'm learning here. Here's a tag that says, look up. Look up. Physically look up from wherever you are in life. That's always a good reminder. Here's the center of the signature I used. It was a crochet thread with a bit of a metallic thread running through it, so I thought that was a really awesome touch. All the paper clips here are bronze colored, so that adds a nice touch too. And here we have a lace tab. There's lots of strings everywhere too, and pieces of Indian fabric here and there. Another little tiny text spot. Another one of these envelopes, which I think is my favorite. I absolutely love how this turned out. There's the tree, and then there's metallic touches on the edges and on the tree, and then these stamps. On the inside, a piece of lined paper for your journaling or letter writing. Here is another tuck spot. And the blue, I added the blue almost as an afterthought to the rest of the color scheme in this journal. But I thought, well, I would love some blue in here to represent the sky too, not just the green and the oranges and all the colors of autumn, but the sky is part of that too. So that's why you will see touches of blue throughout. Be genuine. Somebody reminded me of that recently, and it's, again, always a good reminder to just be yourself, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there, basically. Here, another journaling card and another tag. More of the Kantha quilt. I love the way this spread looks. The Kantha quilts, I should say, here's a piece where you can tell that it's recycled fabric, and it's old and warm, but it was the absolute perfect kind of fabric to add here because it has such an earthy feel to it, so I love the way it came out. Here we go. This is a sideways pocket that goes that way. It says the last signature. A card that says thankful. There is always, always something to be thankful for. Many things, actually. We just have to remember to think of all the things that we're grateful for and to focus on that. It's easy to forget sometimes. So here is another one of these envelopes, and whoop, that flew out of my hands, and some lined paper on the inside for journaling. One more of Ellie's papers that I deliberately added, I think it was tea water, or tea basically, and I had it bleed, so made this awesome effect. This music paper, a little spot here for a journaling card. Another one of these embellishments. Another fabric flip in the color of the sky and butterflies and this moment, whatever this moment is for you. Leaves. These look like skeleton leaves that were scanned in and turned into a digital printout. Here we have another a tuck moment of reflection. Sorry guys, I'm actually getting really reflective as I flip through this and a little bit lost in thought, so if I'm mumbling, I apologize. A piece of graph paper. This is from a Day Runner, 1988, so it's pretty old. Almost as old as I am. Here is the last of the wallpaper envelopes. and a piece of paper inside. Do you guys love the fall? I love the fall. Falling for you. That one's a little bit funny. And here's the other side of the butterfly paper, the music paper. It's all winding to an end here. This beaded paper clip, tag and journaling card. And here is another charm. This is a book charm because obviously when the weather cools down outside, you want to be bundled up inside sometimes reading a really good book. Another little ruffle. And here in this back pocket, I have some extras that were part of Ellie's kits. Lots of words. I'd wanted to include more of these throughout the journal, but I thought, you know, for whoever uses this, you might want to place them as prompts or just to cut them out and place them wherever you wanted them. So you have those in there. And here on the back side of the back pocket, here's another envelope. Here is another little tuck spot with this little tag in it. And on the back side of the journal, there's another one of these leaves, which are beaded. And so that is the end of this journal. Thank you guys for watching along and spending time with me. I will have a link to purchase this journal down below. I will have absolutely the link to Ellie's kits. Please go check them out, guys. She has an awesome variety, and they're at an awesome price. So yeah, I think that you will definitely find something there that you enjoy working with. And I will also have all the links to all the things below. Thank you guys again, and I hope I will see you all soon. Bye!